Greetings! I'm St. Van Aersdale, editor of TheReeler.com. Welcome back to ReelerTV. We took a few weeks off, but it is great to be back with you here this week, and we'll start with the news. So it's unofficially William Friedkin Week in New York City. The director has not one, but two revivals opening in the city over the next 10 days, including The French Connection, his Oscar-winning Best Picture of 1971. It's going to be at Film Forum starting August 31st, and his leather bar opus, 1980s Cruising, which will open September 7th. Friedkin talked to the Reeler this week about those films, including the very troubled ratings process for Cruising, in which he told us we went back and forth about 50 times before they gave us the R rating. The MPAA said there aren't enough X's in the alphabet for this picture. Well, you know, that's what Al Pacino's punk rock dance moves will teach you. That should be your lesson. Do we have any video of Cruising? Let's check that out.
Excuse me. Could I ask you about these?
What about them?
What are they for?
Well, light blue, Hank, in your left back pocket means you want a blowjob. Right pocket means you give one. The green one, left side, says you're a hustler. Right side, you're a buyer. The yellow one, left side, means you give golden shower. Right side, you receive. The red one means see anything you want.
I'm gonna go home and think about it.
I am a yellow scarf man myself. Also in the news, the New York Film Festival announced that it will have a sidebar of discussions with some of this year's featured filmmakers, including Sidney Lumet, Todd Haynes, Wes Anderson, and Julian Schnabel. Those tickets go on sale very soon at the Film Festival's website. Check it out for more information. And that event starts September 28th, so don't hesitate. Also, Harvey is back in the news with a threat to kill himself if Cate Blanchett is not nominated for an Oscar for her portrayal of 60s-era Bob Dylan in I'm Not There. Harvey, from me to you, please, don't do it. Bob does not have nearly enough charisma on his own for us to sustain this segment in the future. We need you around. Please stay with us. Finally, a period of mourning here at Reeler TV. We've lost the independent film channel. Unofficially, they have given up once and for all with announcing this new infomercial called, and I quote, Action Indies, Extraordinary Location Scouts presented by Land Rover. IFC VP of Partnerships and Licensing Alan Klein told the Hollywood Reporter, even more unique to these partnerships is that IFC remains true to its TV Uncut brand by working with partners whose brand positioning is in line with what IFC represents and the audience it attracts. Dude, look, you, okay? I just want the independent film channel back. You can have your infomercials, you can have your commercials, you can have whatever revenue generation you want. Stop pissing on my shoe and telling me it's raining for sake. Just give me the independent film channel back, please.
Coming this week on Fox, the first annual Infomercial Award Show, honoring the finest in commercials that try to look like real TV shows.
Okay, over at IFC Center, where they actually show independent films on 6th Avenue here in New York, they've been having a little series called Generation D.I.Y, the new Talkies. And one of the anchors of that series is Joe Swanberg's new feature, Hannah Takes the Stairs. The film stars Greta Gerwig as a young, disenchanted Chicagoan struggling with relationship issues and chronic dissatisfaction.
You look like E.T.
Yeah, you get it looks like 6 pack.
Well, yeah, I mean, where do you get this line from, Matt? This is amazingly deep.
That's from when I think when I said.
All right, we are here with Joe Swanberg, the director of Hannah Takes the Stairs. How are you, Joe?
I'm good, thanks.
You've been here for a while now with this film. It just opened at IFC Center. Tell us a little bit how the film is going, how the series is going.
Really good. I mean, I had no idea if people would show up to see it or not, but people have actually come out, and I've gotten emails and MySpace messages, and people seem to like it. It's weird. The whole blogosphere is it's a weird place. I'm adjusting to that. All the previous movies have sort of played festivals and maybe gotten an article or something written about them, and this is the first time that there's been kind of a backlash and just as much mean-spirited commentary as supportive, nice commentary. So I don't know. I'm sort of swinging back and forth between wanting to just not read anything about it or to read everything about it and kind of have an accurate gauge. The thing that I'm worried about is that it would affect future films, or that I would start to take it personally and kind of adjust to the criticism. So I'm trying to read it and just sort of treat it as its own thing. I mean, it's interesting to know what people think, to have such a kind of an open reaction to it. But I'm getting a sense that a lot of people haven't even seen the film. They're responding to the press about it, not the film itself, which is very weird. That's definitely the first time that's happened.
You just mentioned future films. You haven't just been sitting around in New York for the last week, just kind of like doing nothing. You are in development on a new project that starts tonight, right?
Yeah, I started shooting tonight. It's called Butter Knife, and it's a new web series. And it's about a private eye and his relationship. So the first half will take place at work, where he's kind of involved in the ugly side of relationships and catching spouses cheating and things like that. But then at home, he's got this really cute, sweet relationship with his wife.
All right, we're in the lobby with Karina Longworth from the Spout Blog. How are you, Karina?
Good.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
We're going to talk today about some of the films, the lesser-known films in the Generation D.I.Y. new Talkies series at IFC Center. Karina wrote about them on Spout Blog. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about them, what we should know?
Okay, there are 3 films that I think are not really getting as much attention as the others, and I think that's kind of a shame because they're all really good. 2 of them are directed by Frank V. Ross, who has worked as a cameraman for Joe Swanberg. His 2 movies are called Quietly on By, which he finished a couple of years ago, and his most recent film, which is called Ho Ho Cam. There's also a film called Team Picture, which is probably the shortest and least budgeted film in the series, but it's one of my favorites. And that's by a guy named Kentucker Audley, who is also known as Andrew Nenninger. I'm not exactly sure which one is the fake name.
And with that in mind, though, I mean, considering the hype, you know, essentially, and it's not the filmmaker's fault, but the media hype and all the circulation that's gone around these films over the last week during the series, does that have a negative impact on the smaller films and the work of people like Frank Ross and Kentucker Audley?
Well, I think that the reason why these films have sort of fallen through the cracks is because there is the issue of the hype being created by bloggers, but word of mouth on the internet, that sort of gets to the mainstream media first, and so they think that those are the movies that they're supposed to pay attention to. But the fact is that these 3 movies just haven't been shown anywhere, really. They were shown at the Harvard Independent Series, but they've been rejected from every festival. They're really the movies on the list that need the most promotion. And it's if it was bloggers and internet press that helped Joe Swanberg and Andrew Bujalski 3 or 4 years ago, you know, we need to do that now for these other films, I think.
Got it. Well, we will see you in Toronto next week, correct?
Yes,
Awesome.
absolutely.
And that's when ReelerTV will return. We'll be at the Toronto Film Festival, seeing what there's to see up there in terms of New York cinema, New York filmmakers, and I guess, you know, we're all in this together. We'll all figure out how it goes. So thanks to the Pioneer Theater, our host once again, and be sure to check out thereeler.com for more about these films and all that's going on in New York cinema. And we'll see you next week from Toronto. I'm ST Van Airstelle, signing out.